All right, welcome back everyone to Good Morning Delaware. Our next guest is Miss Delaware Teen USA 2025, Cali Williams. Good morning, Cali.
Morning.
Good morning, Vincenza. Good morning, Ivan.
Good morning. Congratulations. Let's
Thank
start
you
right
so
there.
much.
Right there. Super proud of you. I watched from the balcony.
That's right. Ivan
Like the
was
Phantom of the
there.
Opera.
Ivan was there. He had the opportunity to attend the Miss Delaware USA and Miss Delaware Teen USA pageant this
beautiful,
year.
beautiful
And this
event.
is your second time attending, right?
Second time attending one of the most electrifying events in the state of Delaware. Well done, Vincenza and Margarita, for putting that together.
Thank you.
B&M Productions.
That's right, yes.
I love it. I went last year and didn't know what to expect.
He's never been to a pageant.
Never
just
been
so
to
you
a
know,
pageant.
Cali.
I went last year.
And I've been talking about it for a few years.
For a few years.
I've been talking about it for a few years, right?
And I will never miss another pageant. It is what Delaware needs, right? And then just to see the young women come out there and give it their all. Right. And then watching, I'm privileged enough to watch the behind the scenes, the background after, you win, the photo shoots, the interviews. And I'm like, wow, like that is a lot.
It is.
Now I want to know how you prepped for it, right? And then,
So my story is a little unique. So I actually started competing 2 years ago, and both the times, so this is my third time competing, my last year of eligibility for the title.
Wow.
So a lot of pressure there. My first 2 times competing, I had 5 to 6 months to prep for it. So you're talking interview coaching, walk-in coaching. I have 3 different wonderful coaches who I work with that I'm so blessed to work with, along with just getting your body and you mentally and physically ready to take on a stage, right? This time I decided, I'm not gonna compete. I'm gonna take a step back. It was my senior year of high school. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna take a chill pill this year. I don't have to do it all at once. 12 days before the pageant, I'm actually on my senior vacation with my friends after I graduated high school.
Senior week, right?
Senior week in
right.
Dewey Beach, Delaware, actually. And my mom calls me and goes, I'm gonna call Vincenza. I'm signing you up for the pageant. I said, Mom, it's in 12 days. She goes, you can do it. Just wear your dress from last year and get a quick meeting with your coaches. I said, let's do it. And now here we are. So I am very blessed that it turned out as great as it did.
Yes, and keep in mind, even though she entered 12 days prior to the pageant, you've been training for how many years?
Right.
Going on 3 years now.
Right, and that's something that I always like to remind my title holders, that you didn't just start training yesterday.
Right.
You've been training years for this moment.
Yeah.
And it's all about God's timing.
That's
Definitely.
right.
And we do believe in that. We talk about that all the time, that your time was not yet.
No.
And you have to persevere and you never give up. And look what happened, right? Thanks,
Wow.
Mom, right?
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Mom. Shout out to
If she's
Mom.
watching.
Shout out to
Right?
Mom.
What do we do without our moms, right? We talk about it all the time. What we do without our moms.
Right.
So shout out to all the moms out there for believing in us,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Believing in
yes.
us. And speaking of believing in us, believing in yourself,
Right.
right? So what advice would you give maybe someone that has never competed before but is showing interest in the Miss Delaware Teen USA pageant? What advice would you give them to maybe say, hey, why don't you try this space? Why don't you try the pageant?
I actually love that you asked this, because a few months back, so I'm very close with my criminal justice teacher from Middletown, where I graduated high school, and her daughter is about my age, and she was interested in competing. She does theater, she does all kinds of different activities. I said, she's gorgeous. Like Kaylee, she was Miss Felton Teen this year. She's absolutely gorgeous. She actually won the B2B modeling
Scholarship,
contract.
yep.
Yes. So I was so proud of her for that. She stepped out of her comfort zone, and I was texting her. I was like, girl, I will help you. We can do this. Like, I will be backstage with you. We're gonna get you a crown. We're gonna get you, we're gonna get you something.
Right.
We're gonna do it.
Right.
So honestly, just having that tenacity and pushing forward and trying new things, that's the biggest advice I'd give anyone.
There you go, trying new things, stepping out of your comfort zone and trying
100%.
something new and different.
Yeah. I think I'm just more fascinated with the dog in you. And what I mean by that is, you didn't win the first time, you didn't give up. When you didn't win the second time, you didn't give up.
Right.
But that thing in you, right, that just grew.
Something was eating at me.
Yeah, it was just eating at you. And you gotta, like, I was brought up that you gotta have that dog in you, like you never give up. Like, how was that, like the being upset that you didn't win, but where was your mindset when you said, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna give it my best, right? Even if I lose, but I'm gonna give it my best. Like, what was that mindset like that for you?
Honestly, I'm just really stubborn, to be honest. I just don't like giving up on things.
There you go.
I've always stuck through things that I try. I love trying new things. When I was in middle school, I did theater. I started lacrosse in 8th grade, and I played all throughout high school. I just don't like to give it up, no matter how hard it's getting, no matter how many people are telling you that you can't do this and that this is not for you? It will be. You
Right.
just have to get to that point.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, Cali, obviously, I know a lot about Cali, right? And I've had the opportunity and privilege to get to know her throughout the years. So, when you have the opportunity to get to meet your new title holders, you learn so much more about
Yes,
them.
yes.
But Cali, I really would love for you to share with Ivan and all of our viewers and listeners a little bit more about your advocacy, because it's truly significant. Really, it really is impactful. So, share with us a little bit more about, we call it a personal platform. So, a little bit more about your advocacy and what you're passionate about.
So my goal, surprisingly, is actually to be a Delaware State Trooper. That is my biggest career goal since I was a little girl. I've
Wow.
always wanted to go into law enforcement, specifically state police. I'm a true Delaware girl. It just makes the most sense for me. Throughout my senior year, I actually was researching the human trafficking issue in this state. I learned that we fall in the top 10 of cases across the country, which is insane because we're the second smallest state. I found that we lack in education. I conducted a survey at Middletown High School, where I graduated from, and I found that only, I think it was 3 kids out of the almost 180 that I surveyed had ever been spoken to by a teacher about the issue and had education in school.
Yeah.
Only 1 student knew that both boys and girls were targeted. And I think that's really alarming.
Right.
So I created a advocacy program, a campaign called Unseen, the Hidden Crisis, where I am partnered with Nemours Children's Hospital and the Appoquin Mixed School District, and we're bringing forward educational campaigns for this school year to help increase the awareness around an issue that really plagues our entire nation. But starting in Delaware is the small steps we can take towards, granting equal access to every student on something that really needs to be talked about.
Right, and it is a tough conversation,
You're damn right.
but it needs to be had.
Oh my
right?
God, without a doubt.
Especially to our youth.
Yeah.
Right, especially
Yeah.
to our youth, and I admire what Cali is doing, is having that difficult conversation
Yeah.
and providing education around it. And I
Yeah.
think that's what's most important, is that you're not afraid to talk about it, but 2, you're providing education, resources, things that maybe not, we don't know.
Right.
Like the statistic, for
Yeah.
example.
That
we
right
did
there
not
she
know.
just gave was insane.
Right, we
Oh,
did
yeah.
not know.
Yeah.
So with your initiative, what do you hope to do throughout your reign as Miss Delaware Teen USA as you continue to advocate for your passions?
So I have continuous meetings with my nurses at Nemours Children's Hospital to help, bring more resources about and stories and cases that I can bring to an educational level to really explain why this is so important. I'm also looking forward to Miss Teen USA, where I have the opportunity to speak to a panel of judges about my advocacy work and what we're doing in Delaware and how we can really bring that to a national level, working with organizations like the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, where we can bring this to every state, because it's an international issue.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But starting nationally where we can, it starts at a state level and it expands from there. So, bringing it forward, showing that this is a unique platform, a unique, advocacy program that we can really bring forward to Miss Teen USA, I think is super important.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
This is one thing, and Vin, and this question is for you, because I think that when young women see this, like what they can get out of V&M Productions, out of your pageant, right? With things like advocacy and the questions like that, what other human elements do you have that's in your pageant? Because this is wonderful, that like just to hear a young woman say, this is what I'm focusing on. A lot of them are like, hey, I'm focusing on, fashion, this, or who's doing this. But to see Miss Teen USA saying, hey, I want to make a change in the world. What other avenues do you have that's in your pageant that young women have to get ready for?
Well, the beautiful thing about the Miss Delaware USA and Miss Delaware Teen USA pageant is that it's what you make of it, right? It's what you make of it. And that's something that I always am vocal about to my title holders, to contestants, to anyone that's involved. It's really what you make of it and what you want to do with it. You're provided this opportunity, right? And you have to go out there and continue to grow your advocacy, to speak about your advocacy, but also the beautiful skills that you develop throughout the years,
Yeah.
right?
Without a doubt.
Communication skills. Right, public
Big
speaking
one.
skills,
Yes.
right?
Interview skills.
Interview
Yeah.
skills. Not only did Cali know how to dress herself with this gorgeous outfit she has on today,
Thank
she
you.
did her own hair and makeup too.
I did.
So being able to put
Nice.
yourself together for a very important interview.
Right.
So you are developing life skills
That's right.
that you can
That's
take
right.
with you
That's right.
wherever you go in any career you want to do. And that's a beautiful thing about pageantry. It's what you make of it, yes, but also you can take these skills and apply it to anything you do, any occupation. Look at this photo right here.
Right there,
There you go,
rocking with
Callie. How did you feel?
Pure shock.
Callie, how did you feel?
Honestly, I think I blacked out looking back. Because I'm like thinking, I was actually watching Toucher, my miss. I was watching her interview when you asked her, you know, how did you feel? And she gave you this big elaborate answer. And I was like, how did I feel? I was like, I don't even remember. I think I was shocked that like my name was called as the winner
Right,
and not
right.
a runner-up, because my first 2 years I was second and then first runner-up. So that's what I was kind of expecting again.
Right.
And then to hear Miss Delaware Teen USA is Cali Williams, I was like, oh my God, like I was shaking, I was sweating. I don't honestly remember exactly how I felt. Very overwhelmed.
Look at that. I think the picture says it all.
Yeah,
like,
it really
like
does.
oh my God.
I think I actually said, oh my God, watching the video back, I dropped. I don't even know where I was going.
Right. Yeah, I saw you.
perfect.
He was
It
like,
was perfect.
Oh my gosh.
What do I do? What happens now?
No, that's how it felt.
There you
Yes.
go.
And
Look
this
at that
moment was
moment.
just,
Oh,
oh my
that's such
gosh.
a
I forgot the cannons were going to
spectacular-
go off, so that was a jump scare in
Yes.
itself.
Then it's just leave that one up right there.
Such a
Leave that
spectacular
one up.
moment
Yeah.
right there. So, Callie, I have a very important question for you.
Yes.
Why do you want to be Miss Teen USA?
Honestly, not only to expand on the platform that I've already built at a state level, but to show a new generation of little girls that it's not just about a crown and that's not just about a title and the fashion and the photo shoots, but that you can be a girl who wants to go into a male-dominated field like law enforcement, but also embrace your femininity and know that that's who you are on the inside. You can still get dressed up and look cute and have makeup on, but then you can go Monday morning, you can go and arrest a criminal who did
I know
something
that's right.
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So being multifaceted, showing that it's not just an or, it's an and. You can be both.
Yeah.
There you
I love it,
go.
Callie. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I want to ask this because you just brought up Vincenza. Like, what's next? What's next for you? Other than all the
What's next, right?
What's next, right? Then you gonna pull out that list like.
So there's a lot of prep from Miss Teen USA. I was able to go to New York only 2 days after I was crowned, and I actually designed my gown with Giovanni from the ground up, which was an absolutely insane experience. I wish I could tell you about it, but I can't. It's going to be a surprise from the Miss Teen USA
Okay.
stage. Yep, it'll be a surprise. I am actually going to New Jersey today to design my state costume and to work with the costume designers. So that is super, super exciting. So just getting all my prep ready. I work at a hair salon, and I'm starting my first year at Delaware Technical Community College in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Congrats.
And I'm actually starting my second semester classes in my first semester because I took classes in high school.
Oh wow.
So I have a lot on my plate prepping for Miss Teen USA, as well as doing my appearances throughout the next few months. So busy book.
Busy,
Unstoppable.
busy.
I
Yeah.
love it.
All
I
right,
love
Callie,
it.
what we need you to do, that's your camera right there.
Okay.
All right, give your message to young women that maybe feel like giving up
Oh, no.
or thinking that they're not enough. From Miss Teen USA to them that's sitting at home or sitting somewhere on a bus stop that feels like the world doesn't see them. What would your message be?
We don't give up. Strong-willed, strong-minded young girls do not give up. We continue on. We embrace who we are. We have tenacity and we keep going. It doesn't matter. You can block out everyone else who is telling you no, that you can't. All you need is a little spark to ignite inside of you to know that this is where you are meant to be and you were put here for a reason. So to keep going.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Love it.
I'm so
Thank you.
proud of you. I'm so
I
proud
know.
of you. He knows.
Vincenza's like the grandmom, right? They're like,
Oh
that's
my God, I swear
baby.
she's my second mom, I
Yes, like last year, she was like, I'm so proud of her. This year, I'm so proud. Look, I'm so happy for both of you.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
I'm
you.
happy. I'm
Thank you.
extremely happy for
Yes,
both of you.
thank you.
Again, to see what Delaware has, it's definitely I don't want to call it a diamond in the rough. It is a rose among
You're the
thorns, and
diamond.
I really appreciate what
Thank
you're doing.
you.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing what you do and
Thank
not
you.
giving up. I think that's I believe that story alone has so much volume and so
Yeah.
much validity that it will change someone's life. So, Corporal, all right.
Colonel, I hope.
Colonel,
There you go.
congratulations.
Yes.
And keep us posted on what you have going on next.
Definitely.
We would love to show you off to the world.
Great.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. All right, so we have to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. You like Italian food, right? Ivan?
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Did I say
That
it
was
right?
perfect.
All
That
right.
was perfect. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Beatriz Cucina.
Love it.